anyway, got some more corals in. I kind of just wanted to wrap up the Zoa garden and the blasto garden. So saw these kind of cool blastos here, and figured they would be figured they'd be not necessarily an asset, but I figured they would look good there anyway. I have that whole little section of rock that I'm hoping that, I don't know how long it takes for them to separate and spread. Never had them before, but I have 2 on there now, and add 2 more, so that'd be 4 of them. So hopefully they spread or multiply or whatever and take over that rock. And then I have the Zoa garden, and then we'll add a few more like LPS and soft corals, and then we'll get things rolling and get started with acros here. Hopefully within the next 2 months. I'm hoping within 3 months, I'm hoping to start doing acros. So yeah, we're moving along and getting there. I'll get these in the tank and show you what they look like. That one doesn't have really a name for it. That one's called Boogie Nights. We have the Blondie Zoa, Bob Marley Zoa, and Blue Laser Zoa. So that's the new ones for now. Okay, and here's what came in the second box. So the first order that I just showed you came in last week, and this one came in this week. Had a delay for some reasons that came up for this order, but you know, it's kind of a bad time, I think, to be putting corals in the tank, since I've figured out that I have dinos and I'm treating for that, but hopefully everything will survive and be okay. So I got a couple of blue digitatas. One's gonna go in the 100, one's gonna go in the 35. The green, same thing. I got one more Zoa. I just thought it looked cool. I, you know, kind of thought I had enough Zoas really, and that they pretty much, you know, I think they're gonna cover that rock pretty well, but just saw that one and picked it up while I was ordering. And then I wanted to complete my blasto garden. So I got a couple of blastos there. The cosmic radiation is a fairly expensive one. And the twilight is very cheap for blastos, which the twilight looks cooler than the cosmic radiation for the most part. So I don't really understand that. You know, I guess it's supply and demand type thing with it, or, you know, I don't know if, you know, the twilight's just more common or what it is, but it looks really cool. So anyway, I'm going to show you what the corals look like in the tank. Keep in mind, with me treating the Dr. Tim's Refresh bacteria, the water's really cloudy, so you're not going to get a really good view of them, but I'm going to show you what I've got anyway. Okay, so let's start off with my blasto garden, as I'm calling it. There's one new one that already has a snail that's found its way and cleaning the plug off. There's the 3 reddish ones in the bottom. And then I have the one expensive one there on top. And that one up the very top's called, I think, an alien encounter. So I have 6 on this rock altogether. And I'm hoping they'll kind of spread over and cover it over time. But we'll see how that goes. Next off, we have our Zoa garden. Most of them are open, some of them aren't open all the way. But I'm really excited, you know, to see when these start filling in, you know, and when they cover that rock. I think it's going to look really cool. Right now it looks awful just with the plugs and all. I've never tried to separate Zoas from plugs, and I'm afraid that I'm going to destroy them or damage them in the process, so I just leave them on the plugs, and I know that they'll eventually grow over them and cover them. So I think I have some pretty neat ones. And we have the clam and the two Rhodactus, and I moved the Duke Nukem green one down and more towards the front off the top there so it could be seen better. And then I have the one rock where I have 3 Digitatas. And we'll let those just grow out right there, fill that part in. And like I said, the tops of the peaks and all are reserved for acropora later. And then I still just have the one torch. I want to make that like a torch rock and probably add 2 more onto it, but we'll see how that goes. But that's the corals I have in the tank for the time being. I don't see adding any more until I've dealt with this dino outbreak, and then when I get my extra lights in, then I'll start adding some more. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments.